Yeah. Hi everyone. Good morning and good evening, wherever you are. Let me introduce myself. I'm Krishna. I have close to like 15 years of experience into IT. So I started my career with Virtusa, and from the past close to 10 plus years, I'm working with one of the US bank. So as a senior data engineer, and it's been like 10 years, since I'm into trainings. So I started my career with Oracle. Later I worked with Informatica, SQL Server, PostgreSQL, close to around 7 databases. Now for the past 4.5 years, I'm into data engineering world. So I'm a Azure Data certified, Azure Data certified, and also I'm a Snowpro certified. And nowadays you are hearing the term Snowflake, right? So we'll see what is Snowflake, okay, why people and companies moving towards Snowflake. Okay, we'll try to understand what are the different features of Snowflake. Okay, let's start with Snowflake. So basically, when I say Snowflake, right, it's a database base, like any other legacy database, like Oracle, SQL Server, Teradata, right? It is also a database. Now, why companies are not using these legacy databases? Why they are moving towards Snowflake? Even people, right? Instead of learning these legacy technologies, why they are learning these trending technologies like Snowflake? Okay. So the main reason is basically Snowflake is a cloud database. Okay, it sits on the cloud actually. Like we have three major clouds who are currently supporting Snowflake, like AWS, Microsoft Azure, and GCP. So the reason is Snowflake they don't have their own data center. So that is the reason these clouds are supporting. Okay, so apart from the regular features, we have different features like we have ETL features is there. Okay, you connect different procedures. It has its own AI features. Nowadays, right, you're hearing about Cortex. Right? Cortex Search is there, Document AI is there, notebooks are there. Okay, Streamlit application. You can build a Streamlit applications. Okay, so there are different AI features are there. Okay, and one more major advantage, you can easily integrate with Python. You can easily integrate with clouds, you can integrate the ETL tools. Okay, so we'll take a real-time scenario. So why this data warehouse? Let's say you have legacy systems and you want to move the data from legacy to Snowflake. Okay, let's say data warehouse. Currently, our data warehouse is Snowflake. Okay, and you have a reporting team. So they need to build reports out of the data warehouse. So they need to predict. Okay, so they need to do some analysis. Okay, so there are different techniques, guys. So what we used to do is let's take cloud AWS. Okay, so we can use either AWS Glue services to bring the data from the source to Snowflake, or else we can use any of the ETL tools like Matillion or IACS, okay, or data stage or Teradata. Okay, we can use these tools to bring the data to Snowflake. Nowadays, like we have Python is so that is also most widely used. Okay, we have the data in Snowflake. Okay, once we have the data within Snowflake itself, we can perform different transformation. And Snowflake has its own features like streams, tasks, snowpipe. Okay, it has its own tables like external tables, dynamic tables, okay, hybrid tables, okay, iceberg tables. There are many features out there. Okay, we have one more major feature is cloning and time travel. Okay. Anyways, we're going to talk about that. Okay. So once we have the data in Snowflake, so we can easily connect to any of the analytics. Okay, like Power BI or Tableau. So you can connect and you can generate the reports. Okay. And one more thing, so what are different companies that they are using Snowflake? So if you name any company like Infosys, Wipro, TCS, okay, or any startups, okay, mostly into banking and finance, okay, you have healthcare. Nowadays, most of the healthcare companies, you heard about Optum, right? Optum is there, Legato is there, okay, you have Zelis is there, Evernorth is there. So there are a lot of companies, a lot of healthcare companies are talking about. So they started using this Snowflake. Okay, and one more thing is like people like who wants to start their career. Okay, so they are learning Snowflake. And people who are having, let's say, working experience of, let's say, into database or ETL or reporting, they are learning this Snowflake. They are upskilling themselves to stay in the current market. Okay, so nowadays we are seeing most of the AI tools, right? Okay, even Snowflake came up with their own ETL, to say cloud tools actually. They have this Cortex Search, Cortex Analyst. So like ChatGPT, you can prompt and you can get the data. So that is one more major advantages. Okay. Now our course is designed in such a way that so we'll cover most of the components of the data engineering. Okay. So we'll start with the database and we'll start with the cloud and we'll move the data to Snowflake. Okay, and from there we have the Power BI team. They will consume the data. Okay, we'll cover most of the aspects of the Snowflake and who are all the audience actually. Okay, so people who are into database, ETL, and reporting, so they can easily learn this course. And okay, you can find more content. You can go to our website snowflakemasters.in. So you'll find more content over there. If you still have any questions, you can reach out to us. And so one more major advantage, if you learn from us, okay, so you can easily interact. I mean, you'll get a chance to interact with the people who are already working, okay. So they'll come to our institute, okay. You can come down any Saturday or whenever you want. You can come down and you can interact with the people who are already working, okay. So some people are working into DBT, some people are working into, what to say, AWS with Snowflake, okay, Python with Snowflake. So you can get a chance to interact with them. Yeah. One more major point is when it comes to the placement services, right? So every Saturday, so we are conducting a offline session. Maybe in case if you are from Hyderabad or near to Hyderabad, you can come down to office and you can interact with the people who are already working. So I'll request one student every week to come to install. You can interact with them. You can see like what exactly they're working on, what are the tech stack they're using, what are tools they're using, okay, how they're implementing, how they're getting the requirements, okay. You can get a chance to interact with them and gain the knowledge. So that is one part. And when it comes to preparing for interviews, right, we'll help you in preparing your resumes, okay. We'll conduct mock interviews. So once you're done with the course, if you can request the admin, right, so they'll inform us, we'll conduct the mock interviews, and we'll share you the complete interview question with answers, okay. We will share you the dumps also, so that you can prepare well and you can crack any interviews, okay, or any certification for that matter.